Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing the Sephora, the two palettes they came out with this year, I think the past couple months. It's the highlighter palette and the Luminizing palette and the contour palette. This is what they look like right here. They look a lot like the Anastasia, and so many palettes have been coming out like this, you know, like they all come with contour palettes, and highlighter palettes are being more like regularly coming out. So if you guys want to know my opinions on these, I don't have any highlighter on just because I want to demo it in the video. But if you guys want to see what I feel about these, just continue to watch. And this shirt is backwards, so if you guys want to get this shirt, it's from Forever 21, except this is the back, and then I have the back in the front. Yeah, so my chichas are all out. If not, I would show you the shirt, but literally there's like a big hole, and you know it's not gonna work. So yeah, I got this shirt from Forever 21. Now I'm gonna talk about the contour palette because I do have it on right now. This is an extremely pigmented contour palette, and I'm talking about contoured like this is not subtle at all. Like, I tried so many freaking brushes and techniques and different foundations, different powders under the contour, but it just always comes out super harsh. Now it may be a good thing for you if you like really dramatic contours, but for me, I like a dramatic contour back here, and over here I like it to diffuse. So it's been really hard for me to get the right colors that work for me. Now this does come with a lot of variety of color. You guys see there's a really deep one. There's a creamy, like peachy one that light skin can use as a bronzer as well. I mean a contour powder. These are very creamy. Like, I'm not even gonna go in with several swatches, and you guys will see how creamy they are. So they are, wait, did it even pick up? Yeah, I picked up all of them. So these are the colors right here. I would recommend these for someone who doesn't, like, if you feel like you can't blend, you don't want to sit there blending all day, then I would suggest you skip on these. These are very creamy. Like, the powders feel really nice. There's not a lot of kick up, but the only problem I have with it is that I have to be blending like the whole day, when usually like my contour powders don't take that long. Now if I do want a super intense contour, I will use this because I know the pigment is there, and I know it will like be a bam sort of highlight on my face, but it's just too hard to blend for me. The powders underneath my eyes, they were working, but they don't work with every concealer. I used MAC today, and it just picked up like a big spot right here. I will bring you guys in closer so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There's like a big thing right here of powder gathered. Now I don't, let me put you where I want you. Now the contour is a little bit too harsh for me. Even though I do kind of like it, in person it looks a lot muddier than it does on camera. On camera I have like 3 lights on, but in person it's a lot muddier. So this you have to be super light-handed with. When I'm talking about light hand, I'm talking about light hand, like dip it once and then dust it off, and then go on the back of your hand, take that excess off, and then go in, because once you go in, it's kind of hard to blend out. There have been like 3-4 times where I used this and I went in way too heavy-handedly, and it was my fault, and I wasn't able, I looked super muddy and I had to take all my makeup off. So this is a product you do have to work with, I feel like, because it just leaves me muddy sometimes. So would I recommend this? If you want something super pigmented for a contour, this is really good, but you're gonna have to work with it. It just didn't blend out completely by itself. And then the highlighter I'm gonna demo right now, it just sits on top of my skin. It doesn't melt into my skin like I like it to. There are several colors in here. That's great because they have this really bronzy one, there's really light pearly one, and then they have in between colors. They have a pinky one, which is more cooler. They have warms, but overall it just sits on top of my skin. It doesn't really blend in. I will show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm just blending any color in, and I'm using a Real Technique setting brush. It's a beautiful glow, but once you look up close to my skin, it just doesn't blend in the way I like my highlighter to blend in. And the only way I usually what's it called, the only way that it will like nicely, sorry about the phone, like my mom's always on the phone, you know, mothers don't care. But the only way it does blend in is if I go over it with the wet beauty sponge and then I put on some setting spray, and then it will look a little bit more blended into my skin. But I will bring you guys in closer to tell you what I mean about the soup. Like, it just sits on top of my skin. It doesn't really blend in. And it does accentuate my like texture. I do have tics. I've been stuttering a lot lately. I don't know why, but yeah, it does accentuate my texture a little bit. Like, I could see the little bumps under my skin. It's not really finely milled. It does give you a beautiful glow no matter what. Like I told you guys, I don't mind like shimmers on my skin. I do I don't also mind glitters, but I just wanted to sit like settle into my skin a little bit more. Again, I do go in with a wet beauty blender, which is just my dirty one right here, and I just press it in. It just picks up the powderiness, and then it just makes it look a little bit more settled. And you guys can see my contour as well. It doesn't look that, it just, you could tell it's contour, like you could tell. So overall, this combo, I would say, I would recommend this for someone who I would recommend this for someone who's not impatient. Like, I'm not impatient, so I use these on the regular basis. I'm not saying I don't use these at all, and they're the worst thing I've ever bought. But I would not play with these if you have no patience. You don't want to do extra steps to make it look better on your skin. Maybe it's my skin. I've been very, very dry this winter. Like, literally, I'll go outside and in 3 minutes my hands are like white from how dry and chapped they get. So maybe my skin right now isn't just like letting them blend in very nicely. But I have been trying different like setting powders underneath the contour just to make it settle in. I've used my like translucent powders. I've used powder foundations. I've used other powders so my underneath the contour wouldn't be too sticky, so it blends out better. Even then, it hasn't really worked out. I've tried different brushes, fluffier ones, stiffer ones. It just depends on how much product you put on. I say you go in not heavy-handed, light-handed girl, and then go in. I do use all these colors. I use these four, and I use the yellow one. The yellow one I use for underneath my eyes, and then the other ones I use to contour. I start with this one, these two, and then I work with this one, and then to deepen up the back of my contour, I don't bring that forward, just so it gives me a little, you know, I look a little slimmer, girl. And then my highlight, I usually just use these three right here, and then ooh, I just nicked this shit out, and then I put this in my inner corner just to make my eyes look a little brighter. I would say these are a good investment, but you have to work with them. They're not the best powders I've ever tried by far. Like, I swear I've had times where I just wiped this off because it just didn't work for me. And I just had to learn to work with it, which some people don't want to do that. Some people just want a product that's gonna fucking work. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want to work with the product, then that's fine. You don't have to spend your money on it. They are $28, which is expensive for... it's still expensive. It's like $30 fucking dollars, girl. But I would have rather just paid for my Anastasia one, or the, which one was the one I just fell in love with? The Too Faced chocolate bar palettes. Those are super good. They're pigmented, but they're not super pigmented where you could go in heavy-handedly and you could blend it out and it won't look like a harsh contour. Whereas these, if you go in heavy-handedly, you gonna look like you had a harsh contour, know what I'm saying? So I would recommend, I would give these probably a 5. Like, they aren't the worst, but they aren't the best contour powders I've ever tried. So they're like mediocre. Like, they're not the best ever. Like, I swear, like I was contemplating making this video because I was like, what if, I can't say I hate these, but I can't say I love them. The coloring is great too, because they do have powders for pretty much everyone. Someone with really deep skin can use this one as a setting under eye powder, and then someone with light skin can use this like lighter pinky color. They do have a warm contour. They have a little bit of a medium, not like neutral contour, and then they have like a warmer contour bronzer. And then this one, they really, they would have probably needed a little bit of a deeper one instead of this one right here. I would have thought they would have put a deeper one in here instead of another pink one, because there's already pink one right here. So if they would have changed this one out to a little bit of a deeper highlight, that would have been beautiful, so everybody could have worn this. So I feel like the variety in colors is great for just having 6 colors in a pan. But again, these are not my favorite. I give these a 5. If you guys want to try them out, try them out. I would say the powders in the contour one are super, super creamy. Like one swatch, like one swipe, you don't even have to rub in it. Just swipe your finger through it and it's super pigmented. The highlighters are a little bit more textured, that you feel like a little bit more grains. They're not that finely milled. But the contour powders are really smooth and creamy. So I will give these a 5. I am wearing on my lips, I am wearing 2 colors by Tarte. I am wearing Namaste and TB2 Throwback Thursday. These two mixed together on my lips. I used Throwback Thursday on top, on the bottom, and then I topped it up with this one. So I used this one first and then this one. My eye makeup is literally what I do every day, and I just winged it today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to give me a thumbs up. Thumbs it the fuck up, girl. And subscribe, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. My nails is Essie Bikini Sotini, just in case if you guys are wondering. I love you guys so much. I will see you very, very soon. Bye.